Hey guys, so it's Friday night, means it's time to draft, and since the new set is not out yet on Arena, I will be doing another Dominaria United draft. Coming soon will be the Bro drafts, but for now, back to United. Let's get this kicked off. An instant table. Here we go, everybody's ready to draft on a Friday night, except for this last person who hasn't readied up yet, but they will soon. They better. Cool. Let's make everybody wait. Here I thought it was going to be so fast, and then we get roped and roped and roped and roped and roped and roped. Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic. Oh no. 8 seconds for this last guy to ready up. Come on, man. Well. Hey, Brendan did it at the last second. No hurry, Brendan. We cracked open an Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. Flying whenever a player casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy, you may copy that spell, and the copy targets Ivy. Seems DC a very strong Linebreaker Baloth. Definitely a favorite. We've got a Citizen's Arrest for some removal. But first, let's go for what's a bomb. I would say the Baloth is bomby, but that Spell Thief is very tempting. 2/1 flyer. And I got a feeling that that will backfire against me because the only instant spells that seem to be cast targeting creatures, not the only ones, but most of them are going to be removal, unless they happen to do a last minute. I guess there's a few pump spells they could do last second. However, I am still going to go with the Baloth. I like being able to sneak past with his ability of enlisting. Oh, okay. Urtai Resurrected. Surprised that got passed. What did they pick? So missing out of this pack is an uncommon, meaning something was pretty good to overlook an Urtai Resurrected. Oh man. Okay, so I'm torn between the Mossbeard Ancient, because every time that guy comes out, it seems to be tipping the scales in the enemy's favor when it plays against me. Urtai does destroy a creature or planeswalker, so that's extremely tempting. Maybe that's a signal that blue and black is not what they chose. What else could they have chosen? 15 seconds to hurry up and make this decision. Mossbeard Ancient, Urtai Resurrected. I do like a Linebreaker Baloth, but he does not really matter for the Mossbeard Ancient. Urtai Resurrected is what I'm going with. And I get past a second Baloth, though. Man, that's... Alright, so they took the rare out of this pack and a common. I do not see any uncommons picked. I feel like Linebreaker is, even though we've got Urtai, is still really strong. Blue, green, black is not out of the question. I'm picking Baloth because that 4/5 and just that ability to sneak in there has proven to be too effective. Yeah, that's what I'm going to pick. Second one of those. And another strong green signal with a tail swipe coming our way. So I still feel pretty good about picking that other Baloth, even though we've got a Resurrected. I'm picking tail swipe. Let's see, what would I consider if I didn't do that? Probably... Actually, nothing really stands out to me. I suppose for removal, I could go with Smash to Dust or a Fire Nado if I wanted to add a little bit of red. But I am going to go with tail swipe, being able to instant speed, remove another creature. Let's see, choose target creature you control and you don't control. They fight, right? Yep, they fight each other, so they will deal damage to each other. If I do it as a that would make my guy bigger to most likely survive. Alright, getting past, I've got a Sunbathing Rootwalla if I wanted to eke into Domain. 3-color Domain. Necromass would support the black in Urtai if I wanted to include him. That is a decent pick for a Rager, so we've got some strong black options. Okay. Blue, I'm not feeling any of those creatures. Shore Up is still a decent trick I've learned in this limited format. I am still probably going to go with the Rootwalla, a 2 for a 2/2, and yet another creature that I can play on turn. I'm not convinced that I'm going to go into black yet. Probably going to decide Urtai for the moment. Okay, we get past a couple of tricks. There's a stall for time if I was going to go with white. Sabotage, I don't really want that. Gaia's Might was not helpful enough. There is a Druid too. If I splash blue, I could dig. I will probably select that just for another 2 for a 2/2. Not a big fan of Twinferno. I think I got a little too excited about Hammerhand before, so I'm not going with that. I'm going to get the Prodigy. His ability is okay. I'm him because he's a 2 for a 2/2. And let's see, seeing a lot of white getting passed later, so that makes me wonder if maybe white is more open than I thought. And I do see the Drake that I would highly consider. No to the Colossal Growth. Let's see, by default, what am I going to select? Getting the feeling white might be pretty open, so I'm going to select the Griffin Protector. Doubt I'm going to play with him, but I feel like that... Actually, no, if I go with... tough call, but boarding it, though. Alright, we get past a Bog Badger. Being able to kick that for a menace effect. Usually don't see that get kicked, but it is still a 3 for a 3/3. So picking that to be on curve. Do not see any removal. Stall for time, just stalls for time. The 4 for a 2/5 does not feel great, but that is a 4. I'm still going to go with Bog Badger. With the potential to splash black to get more damage through. Alright, looking now at not really helping, but the Llanowar Stalker is a turn 1 drop. Toxic Abomination does get that 3 power in, which deals with a lot of the 3 toughness creatures that I've been seeing. I'm going to go with the Stalker. Odds are I'm probably not going to play that Stalker, but I would more likely play the Stalker than the others. If I was going to go with Domain, there's a Sojourner. I could go with Stalker number 2 for a second 1-drop, which we will probably do. Strong consideration of Splatter Goblin if I was going to push for getting Urtai in there. I'm going to stick with the Stalker. Still no removal. Okay. I will choose a Vivisector in case of black. And let's see, I've got... These are all okay spells, but yeah, Fire Nado if I was going to add red. Vivisector number 2. And rounding out with an aggressive set. Okay, let's see what we crack open with the new pack. So we open up a blue rare, Academy Lore Master. I have seen that used decently. It is a challenge deciding if you want to have everything cost 2 more. There is a Mossbeard Ancient that does a lot of strong green. Okay, if I didn't do that, there is a very strong Battlewing Mystic for an uncommon. Steward of the Tides is actually really strong. I've been pleasantly surprised every time I've seen that, and I'm actually going to side into that, so maybe blue to work Resurrected and Spirit Ancient is very tempting. I'm going to go with the Steward. Lands becomes fly. Oh, we get past a Joda the Unifer. I do not have that. I have 1 legendary, would be 2. Let's see, they chose an uncommon out of that, so they did not pick the Unifer. It is very tempting, and I think I will probably actually go with the Island Swamp, just so that gives me blue splash for the Bog Badger's kicker. That is a pick 2 though, so is there anything better than that? And green or black, I am not seeing any removal, neither on blue. I'm going to go in at a much higher rate. Hey, we got an Extinguish the Light now, and there is a Djinn at the Fountain. There is a Haunted Mire. That would be yet another mana fixer, and I'm going to value that mana fixing pretty high, I think. Extinguish the Light requires double black. Djinn of the Fountain, though, is a very big flyer. I do not have a whole lot of game enders there. Balmy, though. No, I'm going to pick Djinn just since I'm branching off into blue. Fire in there. And blue-green is what I'm leaning towards, so now the Pixie Illusion, being able to potentially mana figure later. I am, however, never mind, scratch that. There's an Iconoclast here that even if they, and it gets 1/1 and haste until end of turn, 3/2 Trampler is still very handy. So I was about to pick the Pixie Illusionist, but that caught my attention the last second, so I'm going to go last. Alright, and we are getting past a Thran Portal. I don't remember what this one does. Enters the battlefield, you choose a basic land type. It is the chosen type in addition to its other types. Mana abilities cost an additional life to activate. Okay, so it's a pain land, right? So you tap it, take a damage, and get the color you need. That might actually work in our favor this time. If I wasn't going with that, let's see, double white.
That's not the direction that I'm going. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, let's see. Another extinguish the light, though. Phyrexian espionage, joint exploration. That lets me... Actually, joint's not too bad. That with bigger creatures. I'm gonna last pick it to joint exploration because I don't see black happening. I've got that, but that's about it. There's another illusionist. Okay, Sojourner. So he's probably going to cost 2 less, maybe 3 less for a 4/6, which is still not terrible. I'm going to pick the illusionist though because it's a fixer in 1, and that's a surprise. There's an iconoclast getting passed to us. That is definitely what I'm picking. Yeah, I was looking at that desecrator, but I do not have anything for the trampler. Tortoise, 3 for 3/2. It does have ward and enlist on it, so both are very handy things. Picking that because our mana curve with a 3-drop, and I might pick up a second one actually. Although Broken Wings, given how many enchantments that are the removal that the enemy has, I'm going to actually pick one, and that just because it's pretty common that I deal with flying problems. Let's see, Forest Plains, probably. I don't know if I need that or not, and I'll go ahead and pick a Vanquisher's Axe. You never know, though. And we'll take the Tattered App. Round it up. I've seen a whole lot feeling for that Defender deck. And holy crap, we got a Planeswalker, Johnny the Sleeper Agent. Ooh, Phyrexian mana. Okay, so definitely feel like that's probably what I'm going to pick. I would have to have the white splash. I can pay green or life for the other one, so 1 white splash and counter though. Okay. He reveals the top card of your library. If it's a creature or planeswalker, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you bottom it. You may bottom it. -3, distribute some counters among 3 creatures. They gain vigilance. And if I get to ultimate, whenever I cast a creature or planeswalker spell, target opponent gets poison counter. We will go with that. Ooh, Hydromancer. I like making clones. So I am picking that guy right there for a 3/2 for 3, which is already handy and on mana curve for us. The kicker later on for another 4 mana would let me creatures that I would want to copy. Add that. Alright, so they too also picked the red last time. 2 green with a black, I guess. Sorta, kinda, maybe. So, we go for a runic shot because that is removal. Or actually, Essence Scatter is also kind of removal. We just remove it when they're casting the creature spell. I'm picking Essence Scatter over runic shot because it's an instant, because it's blue, and because I don't want to put more emphasis on the white splash. So that is why I'm picking Essence Scatter. And Tide Turner is okay. Connoisseur is really strong if I was in black, but I'm not really going black. I'm going to select the Tide Turner just in case so I don't screw that up. Let's see, Scout in the Wilderness would let the colors that we need later on. However, I'm going to go with the Tide Turner just as a backup plan. Alright, so there's a Tangled Islet and a Haunted Mire. Those are probably the ones I'm Spawn of Turg, though, that's double black, so no. And I think the Tangled Islet is going to want, although Haunted Mire, the islet's on our color, main green-blue. And probably going to go for the beachfront for the white splash. There is a Hand of Hatred, one of my favorite pet cards, but we are neither black nor red, mainly, primarily. I'm going to go ahead and scoop up that land. Okay, so now we are presented with, do not have a whole lot of later on color or creatures, so I'm probably going to go with the Elfhame Worm. 5 for a 5/4 that does have trample, which I think is a better pick than this guy, so he will be cheaper. And question is, do I pick up a second Radiant Grove? And I will see. 16 creatures that are main decked right now, so we are going to go ahead and pick up that Radiant for yet another mana fixer. And a tough call between the Negate and a Sentry. The Sentry, though, it does have reach, so I'm going to go ahead and pick the Sentry and able to deal with flyers. And since we need flyers of our own, I'm going to go with a Drake. 2/3, picking that over a Crusher because 2/5 is not very helpful, mostly blocking things that you're not going to be able to kill at that turn. So, and yet another Tortoise. I think I like the Tortoise better than the Spinner Spider, and I am going to pick that is a surprise to see the Synagir Connoisseur so late.
I will pick the stall for time though. I doubt I'm going to get to play with the stall for time, but I've got it. Same with the Spawn of Turg. Double black is a lot harder to cast. That up, round it out in roughly 20 minutes. Let's see if I can get this deck built. All right, so following the advice of one of our viewers, we're going to start from scratch, removing all the cards. We'll start from the beginning. Okay, so Pixie Illusionist is on point or bigger later on. Drake is a flyer, and 3 for a 2/3 is still good. Later on, we can do a Djinn. I've got 2 Llanowar Stalkers that would be earlier on drops. So you're going to play both the Iconoclasts, and since now we might be able to pump this domain effect for 4, being able to give our Root Walla a boost would be good. And let's see, these are just creatures I'm focusing on right now. Yes, I don't have any instants. Okay. Question 8. There's the Baloths. So Baloth, let's see, he cannot be blocked by power like that quite a bit. Let's see, if I was going to be splashing black, I do have, let's see, one blue-black source. Okay. Oh, there's our Steward of the Tides. Didn't want to miss you. Alright, so right now, if we go with that, that's 11 creatures. I'd like to get at least to 12, preferably 14 creatures. So, let's see, going to add in heavy on the 3 drops right now. Well, heavy by 3. I think that's what I'm going to do. 13 creatures. Go ahead and later on I can do. I'm very tempted to try to make an Urtai work, although that's going to be a bit of a stretch with the lack of other black sources that we would really want. I do have the Bog Badger at 3. I am very solid on my 3 drops at the moment. Okay, let's go ahead and add in the instants and sorceries and the Planeswalker we picked up. Main decking Broken Wings because I'm confident that that is going to... Okay. Vanquisher's Axe, probably a no. Okay. 13 and 3. Our lands figured out. Let's go ahead and get the dual lands in there. How many lands is that for us now? 17 land, 7 more cards to add still. Okay, so we have other instants or sorceries what I want to possibly add. Essence Scatter. Almost forgot that. Going Exploration. So then later on, big creatures, I will go ahead and put in one of the worms. And let's go ahead and add in the Stalkers for some earlier drops. You know what? I think Urtai will go ahead and go in there since out. And the last card. I think I will go with a Bog Badger, although the Prodigy, we're going to go with the Prodigy instead, or would possibly help us dig for an answer we need later. Alright, so there we have it. We are going to be playing with 18 creatures, 5 non-creatures. My mana curve is about a 2.9. I feel like that's a pretty good curve, at average of about 3. We are primarily green, blue secondary, and just a splash of black and white. So I think we have got a custom deck here. So with game number 1 coming up next. And here we go with game. Let's see if we can't turn this into 5 victories today. Best record I think so far has been 4 for me. I can't seem to figure out which deck that was because time flies, and I've been drafting quite a bit. Pre-release weekend, so good luck to all you out there who are participating in the bro drafts or sealed events. You never know. I have not spent much time yet to bro stuff, but expect to see a lot of bro action coming up here with the drafts. Got green, white, and blue, all 3 ready up. Going to Exploration. We will keep it. Let's see. Well, actually, let's look at this. Tail Swipe we don't want to do right off the bat. Neither do we want Broken Wings. Elven Hydromancer is more of a late card, so scratch that. I'm going to mulligan because most of this is later on. My gut tells me to mulligan, so we're going to go with mulliganing. And I think that was the right call because now we're on curve. I will probably be bottoming the Sentry or the Djinn. Okay. Notice we've got the new sleeve of the day. If it's, I believe, a children's hospital in Seattle, I went with the heavy metal blue. Let's go put the Djinn on the bottom for now. Yes, hello. They are playing with the Magic 30th. Not Stanley. Oh, right off the bat with an Urborg Goyf. Okay. See. Alright, well, we are going to go ahead and throw down. No, we're not going to do that guy. Yeah, we're going to. Regular guy, 3/2 Trampler. Pass into the Karn. Red, white, and green with a Goyf that has a blue and a black kicker that he or she or they could not cast. Cavalier gaining enters the battlefield to a 22. And I think I will drop green source number 2. He's seeing that they... Alright. So, I can do a tail swipe to give my guy a 4/3 that would allow me to survive his Cavalier. So we are going to go ahead and do that, choosing a creature I control and a creature I don't control. Yep. And since their Goyf is now a 1/2, I am not going to do that. Pass the turn. Do I want to do a Prodigy? I'm going to go ahead and playing him for just a 2/2. I am not going to attack because I do not want to... I don't think I want to lose my guy, but maybe I do. Actually, I do. Because if he wants to sacrifice his Goyf, I still would have gotten my damage through. He did not. So 1/2 Goyf is in effect. Naya color is available, 4 mana at their disposal, 4 cards in hand. I've got 3 tapped out with my 3 lands. I will definitely be able to drop this island next turn. I plan to do a joint exploration. Ooh, Runic Shot. Did they kick it? They could not kick it because they have no blue access. Okay, as it stands, the Goyf cannot break through a 2 toughness with 1 power. Creature cards. Ooh, how fun. Alright. So, if I play the Sleeper Agent, I get to heal the top of a creature. I am going to play that. Oh. I pay the 2 life. There. Alright, let's reveal that top card. Come on. That on the bottom. Attack, as I need to stand back for a blocker. They could lightning strike it. They got double white, so they could do a citizen's arrest. So I am a bit exposed there. 3 cards in hand. They've already blown their Runic Shot. That's another good reason for me to not be tapped. They might have more shots. And I want to be able to block that Goyf. So they are either holding on to something real aggressive, or more likely, I think this was supposed to be a 5-color deck. I bet they probably are trying to cast something they can't do. On the... Alright. Gaining 4 life. I see what you did. Yeah. We're going to do a joint exploration. Gonna kick it. And draw a card. Gonna put that on top, that way effect of being able to put the extra land onto the battlefield. Submit the island. Coming up next will be the Baloth getting drawn. Alright, so now they're gonna have a Goyf with a +2 and 1 for a 3/3. Does not have Trampler Haste. The blocks. That leaves them with 2 mana open, so they could lightning strike me. Go ahead and attack with the Prodigy since they are tapped out. Magnagoth Sentry is what I will be doing next turn, unless I draw something better. They've got 2 cards in their hands, and let's see, I think we're stronger on our mana. We're at 6 mana. No. Yes, we're at 6, they're at 6, so we're even. the moment his Goyf cannot break through a 5 toughness, and they would lose their Goyf. So at this point, let's see, they've only got 1 creature in the graveyard, so they cannot do anything about that. There could be tricks with that much mana and colors available to them, but yet they pass. Very, very well. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attack. See if he decides to block with the Goyf. I'm gonna guess not. Alright, so they let 4 damage go through, so we will follow that up with an Elfheim once and Trample, and able to kill a 3/3 without any special abilities. Another land drop, 3 white men available to them. And we get a black splash. Okay, gonna be extra aggressive here. So we are going to enlist the Prodigy. See what they decide to block. They decide to block nothing. Good game indeed. Are they about to turn this around with something? 5 to 15. Dropping a mountain. Does not look like they've got an answer to our board state. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. They got a Fury Rider. 3/3 Vigilant Trampler, right? Yes, it is. That would make his other creatures gain +1/+1 when they attack, but it is not red and it is not white, so it does not gain trample and it does not untap, unfortunately. So next turn they can block my 5/4 and my 4/4, and a 4 and a 6 would still get through. Okay, we can kick the Hydromancer, and I believe we shall. So, in order to do that, alright, copy the Elfheim, copy the Baloth. I say we clone the Elfheim Worm, because he has Vigilance and Trample, whereas the Baloth does not. So, they can block 2 of my strongest things, so they can block 5 and a 4. We would still get a 4 and a 2 through. And if they block the worm, they still have trampling to deal with, so they would have to double block. Oh, heroic charge. Okay, let's see. What does that cause? They got a 5/4 and a 5/4, which will kill my 2 5/4s or 4/4s. I do not think that'll be enough, because 6 will still get through. He does not have any lifelink that I am aware of. And Goodman is scary stuff. Couple pips there, we're up to Silver Tier 3. Alrighty, off to a great start with 1 victory. Little bit of questage getting capitalized for 750 gold, 500 XP, 250 gold XP, and a Mastery Orb. Alright, looking good, looking good. On to game number 2. As always, thank you everyone for watching. I absolutely enjoy being able to draft Magic and have people enjoy watching me play. Comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube, and let me know if you see anything. Maybe I screwed up and I just did not realize it. I am always trying to get better. Let's see, we got a green-white, we got a green, we got a blue. No black splash, able to cast the tortoises, and most likely the sentry on turn. I will keep that. This. Okay. Radiant Grove, that way we've got 2 colors available starting out. Our white friend over here is, I'm going to predict they drop an island. Or maybe they'll just think about it really long. Swamp. Drop an island. Pass turn. Next turn, I'm thinking I will probably do Forest first. Now the question is, do I go with a tortoise or do I go with a drake? I'm going to go with a tortoise because he's got 3 power, which I would be able to attack and kill Faith Bonder. If they didn't have a 3 toughness, I would have probably dropped a 2/3 flyer. That way I would have both evasion and survivability. Hey, they have Milled Plains and a Phalanx. Alright, let's see what is they gonna do. Let's go ahead and attack and see if they decide to double block, and if so, I think the answer is I kill the Faith Bonder first, because a 1 toughness can be killed by anything. Well, almost anything. Nope. Alright, and we win the turn. Do have a Graveyard Shenanigan with 5 mana once that becomes available. They dropped a Vivisector, so they can go ahead and drop a Drake, so that way not want to sacrifice both their creatures to the turtle. They throw their Faith Bonder in front of it, that way they can scry. Oh, I was wrong. Vivisector, okay. Now they're scrying. Bottoming, alright, so they did not see what they wanted. 6 cards in hand, I wonder what they were after. Oh, Bone Splinters, okay. Back to nothing on the battlefield. Ooh, and we got our own Black Splash. That means we can sneak in Urtai at the end of their turn and either counter a spell or destroy whatever creature. What's that? Passing the creatures. Oh. Come on, feel overconfident and drop your best card so we can destroy it. 4 mana. Cool. So, we can counter target spell and they draw a card, or we can destroy it and they draw a card. I'm gonna go with... we will drop a Radiant Grove. I cannot do that one ability, but I'm free for another big 4/4 with reach. Hit him for 3 out. Hopefully we don't get Runic Shot. Okay, they got Writhing Necromances to pump. Alright, let's see. Alright, we cannot get through that 5/5, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a Baloth. And there will be no attacking because we would be losing both our creatures to the Necromances and they would still be alive. So, no thank you. Yep, they extinguish the light. Makes sense on a Baloth. Alright, I don't want to lose 2 creatures, but taking 10 damage also is not good. So, we will unfortunately 2 for 1, which feels bad, but I do not like seeing my life total halved. They are tapped out, meaning I doubt they're going to have a way to cheat in another creature. Okay, down a couple of creatures here. For 1 creature, he does not have trample, so I need to be going to go ahead and draw it and drop it. Right, let's see what they drop now. Got a swamp, alright. Okay, what would they be doing? 5 coming at us. Feels bad, but I do not feel like getting, which that'll be probably the last time I can. Needing some removal of our own. So we are gonna dig for some answers. Card into our hand. Probably gonna go with the Root Walla. We could pump him later on. Fortunately, we are going to have to chump block both of those creatures so we don't die, most likely. We were able to deal with the Defiler, which I still think was the right... Did not expect to get double Necromast. That was something I did not have an answer for, being cheaper for Death Touch. And there's a Citizen's Arrest. Let's see if we, hopefully, are able to get... No, we're not going to get Broken Wings, are we? It's in the deck, but I don't think it's going to come up next. Although it could. Guess I don't know that. Double Black is still available to them. They're going to get through for 5. Alright. So we got to keep blue and green open. Or blue and sump 2 mana. I can drop a Stalker. That'll buy me some time. I cannot drop that Baloth because if I do, I will not be able to Essence Scatter. I'm very much on the defensive here, hoping that I can... Actually, I don't know what. Well, yeah, we are gonna have to Essence Scatter that. Otherwise, that is instant good game. Yeah, we chump. Okay. They still have quite the advantage. Grand Portal is not what we were wanting to get. Roloth, which unfortunately will not be able to kill the Necromass, and I think that that is good game. Have to block, otherwise we die. Okay, they're gonna lose hard. Broken Wings, unfortunately a little too late. We will be able to do full domain, so he will get 5/5 and become a 7/7. And that's not good. Go ahead and activate full domain. Be able to kill one Necromass, take one hit, and that is good game. In the end, the Necromass was too much for me. It happens. Let's go on to game number 3 and turn this around. Ugh, losing 1 pip, that never feels good. Waiting for the server now, let's go. Hey, 500 gold and XP. Must have unlocked another quest for the day. Alright, in between, now that we know answers for that pesky toughness Necromass, is there anything I could have done about that? And I don't know, maybe the answer is throwing in the Vanquisher's Axe? Maybe. Don't really want to get rid of the Djinn, however, 6 mana, it does seem to be a lot right now for us. 18 creatures. I think I will go ahead and might cut out those elves. So if I cut out the elves, the 1/1 stalkers that is, I'm going to cut those guys out, and I'm going to throw in a stall for time, and I'm going to throw in Axe. That still gives me 16 creatures. I have the ability to play a stall for time kicked, and the help give me an edge on some of my other creatures in case I do have 5 toughness Necromasses again. Let's do it. Game 3. Hopefully that axe is the answer. It is reusable, so hopefully it'll do a little work for us. Jola Rigolo. Silver. Okay, so Thran Portal out the gate out the gate. I would probably be choosing red, I think, for that. I think they would be choosing red, so we will go ahead and keep that. I'm going to start out with the regular basics, because that'll be 2 draws in between, getting to see if anything comes up that I would rather have other than red point. Here's blue white door. Go ahead and play that. They dropped a Island Mountain. Now, since I do have a Root Walla, I'm going to go ahead and not put a tap land in. Root Walla is already in effect. Being able to pump for 3 is nice. Okay, they've got 3 mana. I'm anticipating they will be able to do something with Lightning Strike. You know what happens when a Root Walla gets hit by... Sorry for that quote. Not really, though. Alright. And... Plain. It looks like an island. That was not a plains. It's an island. Soaring Drake, though. 2, 3... Okay, they've got red, 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 green, and blue. Oh, Dragon Whelp. Okay. Go hasty. I could have thrown down the portal, but did not. Going to screw it up, and I should have dropped the portal so that I'd have to do that now. So, question is, do I allow him to fly over me with that? Well, I think the answer is going to be just accept that because I want to main having a better board presence with 2 creatures versus their 1. But I anticipate with 5 mana, they too will be dropping something. An interesting animated card effect, huh? Swinging with what? Bats? Ooh, Sojourner. 4/6, okay. There's our... Is there any reason for me to put the portal down? I do not think so. Throw that. So we got 5 mana, which is not enough yet. We need 2 more to kick that. I can, however, drop back. No point in just throwing my creatures at them to let them die. Okay, so they have access to 6 mana now. Okay, so they're looking for a swamp or a plain. And... or a mountain, I guess. Okay. Sunbathing Root Walla. Yep. Let's see, next turn... I can destroy a creature with flying. And you know, I think I'm going to. Because they only have 1 blue open, so odds of them getting it are low in this format. They did not. Throw down a portal, and that will be my red source. So we now have domain as well. I will attack with the Drake. I unfortunately can't kill his Sojourner. Alright, so next turn he's going to get a token. Target creatures +5/+5 and trample on their 3rd Saga ability. So I'm going to be extra aggressive. If I do that, they would kill my worm with the Sojourner. Odds are the Root Walla would not... No, I can't do that. Or do I? It's a tough call. Oof. Okay, that is a tough call. They're going to be able to kill 2 of my creatures and still hold on to 1. But I can get 2 through the air. So we will do that. Comes a Saproling. And let's see, what is he going to do now? 2 cards in hand. He's got all the mana he could possibly need. And 26 cards left. 27. It feels like they have the upper hand because of that upcoming tree. Ah, gross, the Mossbeard. Yep. So that Mossbeard's going to get to be a 12/12 trampler when he gets +5/+5. Gross. Okay, so what can we do about that? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I still cannot kick my Hydromancer. That's 4 + 3 is 7. Would throw down the Djinn. That'd be a 4/4. I could also the Sentry. That Root Wall is going to get huge. It's going to be a 7/7, and that they are going to do the domain targeting the Mossbeard because they've got Trample. So that's going to be a 12/12. They could swing lethal very easily next turn. So we are not going to attack. Oh, I guess it's only 3. I thought for some reason they... Oh, okay. They don't have full domain. They just have 3. Okay. Still, a 10/10 Trampler is ruining my Christmas here. Let's see. Feels bad, man. Let's see. We could double block the Sojourner and at least be done with that. They will pump that to a 5/5, hit me for 15 if I do that. So, 3 creatures to take out a Mossy Beard. That's going to become a 5/5. So that would be a 1-for-1 trade. A 2-for-2 trade. Going to happen like that. I'm going to have to just eat the 10 damage, which feels... because it is terrible. Okay. Throw down the... Go ahead and fly over for 2, get him back down a little bit. That 7/7 Trampler is a major problem, though. I would have to double block, and that's hoping I get an answer. They discarded a forest and drew a card. If I'm able to deal with the 7/7, then I feel like I might be able to start stabilizing now that they've got 2 cards in hand. That picker is going to be helping them out, though. As long as they've got 2 cards, they've got something to discard. What are they thinking about? Okay. Yes, they know as well as I do that I've got to Gotta double block that. I predict they're going to have tricks considering they've got a whole 6 mana open with 3 green available to them. Okay, so we are now down to a 1, a 2, and a 2/3. There's the worm of... I will be able to throw down my Djinn. The Djinn will be able to block their worm and only take 1 damage trampling. The Drake will be able to stabilize against either the Saproling or the Picker, being bigger toughness and able to kill either one of them. Odds are they will not be sacrificing that Picker though, because they want to dig for an answer to get rid of something or to finish me off. See if they are they going. They're picking. Pick a good one. Ooh, they got rid of their Death Touch guy. And it's that sneaky Rootwalla coming in for a ability of a +3/+3 domain again. And yep, you are correct. I will have to block that. And they can kill one thing. Okay, so if I double block, I'm setting myself up to be blown out here. So I do not feel good about that. I'm going to take the 1 trample, because if they have a pump effect, I would have lost both my guys for sure. Radiant Grove, it's time to kick a Hydromancer. And we will make another Drake. No attacks. Back to 2 cards on their turn. Might pick it. Right now that Rootwalla is going to turn into a 5/5, because I do not believe they have access to 8 mana yet, do they? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost. Because they could activate Domain on that Rootwalla twice and give it +3/+3 twice. No, they can't. It helps if you read the card. Activate once a turn. Reading helps. Picker. Alright, what are they picking for? Ditch in a forest. I will be able to kill that Rootwalla if they attack, because I could double block with the Hydromancer and the Token Drake. And there's the pump, 5/5. Okay, we're blocking. And there's the guy's might that I was afraid of, so I guess it's a good thing I will block that 1 time. Dropping a swamp. There's no benefit to me dropping the swamp at this point, especially with all this mana open. Hold on to that just for this slim chance them into doing something different. Not a solid strategy, but at least maybe I can bluff my way into not dying this next turn from a Rootwalla. They're still... oh, they're swinging everything, which tells me they've got tricks. Okay, so the best case scenario, I block their Picker 6. Worst case, they have a pump spell in hand, like Gaia's Might. And no matter what I block, so let's say I block the 5/5, they could easily give something +3, make that a 5 and a 6. I'm expecting a pump, but I'm going to shoot for not trading creatures up. There's the might. So, good game. Had I blocked the Rootwalla, I would have, maybe ended the game with 1 life. Ugh. Okay, so we made... I still feel good about Vanquisher's Axe. We did not even get to see, and we still have not even drawn the Steward of the Tides yet. So that is not cool. See, reasons to put in the Bog Badger. I feel like there was a couple of times having a ability to menace my way through would have been handy. Okay. I think that's going to be it. Let's go on. Game number 4. Still sitting at 1 win right now. When the cards are stacked on together on the battlefield, you can click on the quantity to select all of them while attacking and blocking. Good to know. Thank you, Magic Tips Arena. The more you know. Ru versus Rizik. Maybe we have a shot since we're playing. Oof. Spoke too soon. Fatty, fatty. And a tail swipe. That is no good. Yes, that's all the mana we could hope for, but speaking of doing stuff, we do have our Planeswalker available to us. Tail swipe, stall for time, Elfhame Worm. Probably going to be that stall for time. Ugh. That means we're not going to see that again, because we do not have any shuffle effects to pause once we bottom it. And if we do the Elfhame Worm, we definitely won't see that. I'm gonna bottom the worm just because I think stall for time. I don't know. I don't know. We do not have a blue. Oh. The Beast Caller. Okay, whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1. Wow, not seen that yet. It's a pretty nice bear. That is a nice bear. Okay. We could cast the Sleeper Agent for 2 life. However, they would instantly deal 2 damage to it, but we're gonna pay that life. Done.
Peacefully. We need not fight.
Hey, it's a sentry, so we got a creature. I expect they are going to kill him though now. Yep, now that they've got a bigger guy, a creature. So, unfortunately, gonna have to pass the turn. Do we stall for time now? Okay, so they need a specific color. What are they getting? Yep, they got that. We're gonna go ahead and stall. They are going to hit us for 4. I need... Okay. I'm probably going to flash in Urtai at the end of their turn, or on their turn once they've cast some... Oh, that sucks, because that's going to distribute more counters amongst their flying guy. I don't like that either. So, what I could do instead... I could throw down the Iconoclast guy, although I wouldn't be able to kick him like I want. I'm thinking flash in Resurrected to destroy that beast. I might decide to stall for time. Okay, so they are really hurting for mana. Stall for time takes 3, 4. No. I'm gonna go ahead and flash in Urtai Resurrected. Boy, their Beast Caller. Now they're going to distribute their 1/1 counters onto the Illusionist. Although they could do... I guess they're going to do it on both of them. Okay. Gibbering Barricade. Okay. And they're going to discard an instant or sorcery. Oh, they're Negotiator, double red. We got 5 mana open, so we can stall for time next turn. So... as soon as we can, we're going to stall for time on those 2 guys. Tail swipe later. Turning their island into a swamp. Discarding a Battlefly. Sorta. We are going to tail swipe our sentry to that blight pile so they do not get all that damage. Ooh, what are they going to do? They are still locked down because of the stun. Ooh, look out though. Hey, we finally see our Steward of the Tides. We'll make
Yeah, we'll go ahead and attack. Oh, double looking at sense. 3 cards in their hand at the moment. They got a Shieldred's Faithful. It left something on top. No. Alright, our stall for time is now unstalled. We do have a Reacher that can block that Illusionist. Barricade is a defender, so it will not be attacking as it stands. Desecrator could sacrifice to do... Okay. That is going to be a problem. What did they bottom? Oh, I see what they did. Okay. We'll go ahead and we give him 4, make him a 4/3 hasty trample. Do that. Go ahead and attack with the 4/3 trampler. That would be able to kill anything. So if I were to select doing the Desecrator first, I'm going to do the Barricade first to be able to get rid of that. They're still leaving the card on top. Next turn we can throw down the Djinn so we can deal with that Illusionist. But the Sentry can also block the Illusionist, which they realize because they have not attacked with it. There's that Meteorite's going to kill Urtai. Yep. That does not feel good. Go ahead and throw down a Djinn. No attacks. Okay, they have access to everything but white. Okay. Threats undetected. That's they're searching for 4 creature cards. Oh, well, they will shuffle. They will shuffle the, and they will get a Vine Wall. So they've got a Vine Wall. No cards in hand at the moment. They've got a Shieldred's Faithful in the graveyard, though. A Revealed Mountain was drawn. Let's see. I'm going to save that Joint Exploration as a trick because I could block with the Djinn, cast that instant to trigger the exile ability of the Djinn after blocks have been declared. I'm going to go ahead and drop a Tortoise, though, for right now. That still leaves me with enough to kick a Joint Exploration in the turn. That Blood Fist, though, is a major problem whenever another creature they card. Let's see what they attack with. They've got 1 card that we don't know about in hand. Go to blockers. Let's see, we'll go ahead and put the Tortoise up there because that does not have trampling. They will draw a card and they will scry. Or they will scry first. They bottomed it. Now let's see what they draw. Well, we won't get to see what they draw, but they're going to draw, right? Hey, it's a kicking it, of course. We are able to pop those 2 flyers at this time. Oh, that's right. They bottomed our Steward of the Tides. That's what they bottomed. Of course they did. Drop the island. So we are at a bit of a standstill. Can't really break through us. I am desperately needing. They do not have it. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? And tear asunder. Man. Alright. Fine. I guess exploration. We're gonna kick it. We're gonna die, but we're gonna exile Djinn. Go into turn. We're gonna scry 2. That's not really going to help us. Land doesn't really matter, so we'll draw a card in the field. Well, we can block one of their Pixie Illusionists, but we can't block them both now. Oh, back. We can block. Super exciting stalemate here. Although I feel like they are on the cusp of being able to just get what they need done. Thankfully, we got rid of their blight pile, because they did have that defender bleeding theme going. Faithful is coming back. No attacks. Let's see, we already spent our sleeper agent. Just tail swipe. All of my removal seems to be right there. Not looking good. Let's see. 3-3-2-2. Thankfully, can block those 4/4s to them. Still come out victorious, but they've got one card in hand, and I don't know what it is. They were not able to cut down our 4/4s because they are greater than 5 combined P and T. Oh, they're sacrificing. They're going to... Oh, you snake. You're going to tear asunder my Jin again. Alright. That is effective. And I lost a life to the faithful. No! No. Oh, they kept it on top. That's not a good sign for us. They want that. Ooh, okay. Throwing down. Alright. Well, they have no tricks that I'm aware of, so we're going to block the bigger flyer. Take a buttload of damage. Okay. What is the card that they were hoping to get? Okay, so now they're going to dig for something. Probably an instant or a sorcery is what they're hoping to get, so they can bleed me out with that faithful. But even though I feel pretty turned out with some of the creatures, and getting to get access to a new planeswalker for my collection that I did not have yet. Oh no, my buddy, Hand of Hatred is slapping me. Don't like it. We're gonna block that. We're gonna block that. And we're 2, and we're dead. And then quickly got removal checked. So the lesson learned this time, even though the green was really strong, I gotta have more removal. And I did not have enough. Urtai did his job, though, both times. Destroying and countering. Countering and destroying. Let's see. Alright, so, woof. With another 1-win victory. Got 100 gems, 1 pack. And else, I will do that in a YouTube. I'm going to try a YouTube short for a pack opening. See what people think about that. Alright, well, actually, I got 3 packs, so I'll keep one exclusive to the video. So, for those of you watching this game and draft, we opened up a card and Spell Thief, green-blue. Do wonder if that card won't be... There's so many powerful cards coming out in the Brothers War. I'm excited for that. Might actually be able to start breaking into some constructed decks. For now, though, that concludes the video. If you follow me on YouTube, Damage Zombie, you can check this out there. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.